Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Strange Antiquities. I was just looking at the book title Strange Artifacts, but no, it's Strange Antiquities. We are ready to close another day again. I think this might become a tough one because I do think we might hit the last day. And just to share, IRL, it is a miserable day today. It's dark, it's gloomy, it's wet. So I'm here, prepared, in the warmth, with a cup of coffee, petting little Jupiter, but without further ado, let's close and see what happens next. The Dios runs along the dark corridor, his eyes wide with terror. He clutches the largest remaining shard of the shattered Lunima in his hand. Oh boy. He only has one thought in his head. He must not allow his pursuers to reach the casket. He will draw them to the armory. It's his only hope. His heart sings as he rounds the corner. No! 3 more black-eyed assailants are coming from the other direction. He is trapped. His final thoughts are consumed by fear. There is nothing stopping them now. The casket will be opened. It is all his fault. Damn. We should have given him the other item, but I thought it was the... Oh, man. End of day 17. It festered and pulsated until it could no longer be contained. Some part of it reached out from the darkness, creating eyes so that it might find itself, and hands so that it might open itself. The casket wanted to be opened. Lie below books and scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. Lie below books and scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. Okay, so a bunch of books, quill and ink, and this symbol we've seen before. So probably a trip to the library, I would assume. Slightly different. No, I've seen this before. They just straight run past it. Was it a... No, it wasn't a planetary. Where have I seen this? I'm sure I've seen this before. Was it on any of the... Maybe on one of the artifacts? Could that be? No. Well, almost. Anyhow. Scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. Woodsworth Library, 26. The Wordsworth Library is a quiet haven of books and knowledge. Its shelves well stocked and well kept, a place where time slows with every turn of a page. The librarian, Simone, sits at the desk, her focus fixed on her work as always. I found some old books that dig into the history of strange antiquities, she says without looking up. It's very old, you know. I'll be sure to visit if I uncover anything useful. Alright. So that wasn't it. Lie below books and scrolls on the esoteric and the arcane. They lie below books. At first, when we did the marking, right, when it always looks like painting, I thought it was another tile on the map. I thought it looked like the outer shape looked like it to a certain degree. Don't think it actually fits anywhere. Still, this I know I've seen this symbol somewhere. Only I could recall where that was. I lie below books and scrolls, the esoteric and the arcane. Horticulture, church, woodyard. Lie below books, the esoteric and the arcane. The convent, maybe. Convent of the Emphesian Heart. Like I know, like a witch's convent. So maybe, again, it's a stretch, but that I could see as maybe a link, you know, esoteric, arcane. We'll have a look in a second. Also, if you... I was thinking with a lot of imagination, if you flip this like 90 degrees, so that this is turning down, like look this little bit here, doesn't that look like just the outline here? This symbol, I don't think this is there by coincidence. This game so far has been so focused on details, so this is surely not a coincidence. Let's just have a look. So this was the convent, the pit, Mossy Wood, Guthries Tower, Marybelle, Bleakstone, Skulgoth Hall, the library we just tried, Jacob's Folly, church, maybe. Let's try. The convent is an imposing building that appears to be designed for secrecy. The few windows that look out onto the street are small, and for the most part, covered in sturdy iron shutters. The sole entrance is a large iron gate, bearing the sigil of the League of the Emphesian Heart. A twin-headed snake. The gate is locked. Okay. Nothing for us to do there. Let's go away from the map. Let's have a look here. Lie below books and scrolls, the esoteric and the arcane. What's the bedroom? Library, maybe. We'll give it a go. What was that symbol again? It's not... Oh, it's lead. Saturn. I'm gonna try it because we're good on sanity, and I do feel we're coming really close to the end now. I think we just need to do something. Entering the library, I'm drawn to a dark alcove, round to the right, bearing the title Esoterica and Arcana. I'm sure there's much to learn here, but sadly, a cursory glance is all I have time for today. Piled up on the reading desk, I find books on ornithology, alongside bestiaries of the old world. You can learn a lot about a person from the books that they read. And it said I lie below books. Wait. Why can't I? I should be able to do something here, no? Come on. I think we're definitely in the right place. Oh, wait. It says I lie below books and scrolls. By below, maybe it means the first, the ground floor. So below would be here, but I don't know which one. Here you have the Here we have the symbol for Saturn. Down there we have tin, Jupiter, and Quicksilver, Mercury. I wonder if it's which one of the four. Mercury and Jupiter. I lie below books and scrolls, the esoteric and the arcane. Could be any of those rooms, and I feel if we're taking the wrong ones we may lose sanity, but you know what? Because this one is the... well, actually, let me just... no, this is outer wall, so that would be outside, yeah, because those walls are corresponding. And then the inside, so... this bit here, I feel, is where the library... could also be down here. Let's try it. Nothing there. Oh, see, I knew it. I knew we would lose sanity if we just go through it. Wasting my time. Oh no. Yeah, we're racking up the bad mojo now. I should not have come here. Oh no. Maybe I'm completely off. I mean, the library does also go... I mean, this one specifically here says library, just that bottom bit. So maybe it's one of those three. Gonna try them. Okay, even on the off chance that we're hitting our stupid dice game again. Yeah, I'm desperate. This is the last one. Yes! Solve all the clue cards. This was the last one. Ah. As I open the door, I am hit by the musty smell of damp. This room hasn't been entered for some time. The corner of the room is piled high with scrolls of parchment and old books, but underneath the debris, I find something of interest. Alright, what's this? Very peculiar looking artifact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dots around it. Piece of metal, piece of iron going through, with a turquoise gemstone in the middle. Seems like you can twist this one. Piece of driftwood, painted markings. Almost, it's like a clock basically, just without the arms. Weathered, polished. Okay. Nothing to remark on scented sound, and nothing to remark on inner perception. Fascinating. All right. Let's see. Yeah, the card is gone. We figured it out. Align the opposing parts. Oh yeah, this was the one that we got on the last episode where I said we'll probably have to figure this out, and I don't know how yet. Oof, okay. Let's see who's the first one to enter the shop today, shall we, Jupiter? It's Eli. Welcome back. I really hope you have a solution. The museum was ransacked last night. I went looking for my brother, but he's nowhere to be found. The good news is, they didn't find what they were looking for. I moved the casket myself, and hid it here, in one of Strange Antiquities' vaults. It's safe for now, but we can't leave it here for long. I have more to prepare, but I've left instructions on how to access the vault in the desk drawer. Okay. Is that a good idea? You left instructions in the desk drawer? A candle that gives off no light. An anchor that has never touched the ocean. A finger but not flesh. Oh, I see. We need to find 3 items again. That makes sense. So a candle that gives off no light, I find is probably easy. Garrick's candle. An anchor that has never touched the ocean. An anchor. Wait, it's the wrong book. I need this one here. Anchor. Index. Nothing there. Wait. Underwater. English translations. I know there was an item that anchors the mind, I believe, but I can't remember which one it was. What was the power of the mind? No. Something that was specifically called... Surprisingly lightweight. Oh, diverging hook. Oh no. Able to enter the mind? That's not what I'm looking for. Lillian? Nope. Art of hearing? Nope. Chamber? Mask? Or shackles? Nope. But maybe... Nope. Maybe I'm misremembering. That could be as well. Goddess? No. Rock. A shadow anchor. Without an anchor, minds have not become lost. Shadow anchor. Yeah. Which one was that though? Not on this side, okay. Shadow hold. Binding seed, libula, lower grim. Okay, where is my shadow anchor? Please don't tell me that I forgot to name one and it's the one that I now need. Oh no, shadow anchor. And then A finger, but not of flesh. Finger, but not of flesh. Finger, but not of flesh. Leathery. Are they real? No. Maybe. Too easy. I think that would have been too straightforward. A finger, but not of flesh. Well, we have the folium. No. Also probably too easy. A finger, but not of flesh. This is it's a full hand. Going with the obvious ones first. Really look like hands. Yeah, this one maybe. A finger, but not of flesh. It is not necessarily a finger. Compass. No. Finger, but not of flesh. Jupiter, what could it be? What is a finger not of flesh? Let's look. But not of flesh. A witch's finger. Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. They're capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience. The last resort that has cured some and finished off others. A witch's finger. Which we have not identified yet. Capable of inflicting intense pain. And we have the picture of a church here. Okay. So obviously the crosses and the gravestones are High Green Church, home of the witch. High Green Church? Hang on a second. High Green Church, number 4. The church is old and the roof is in need of repairs. Moss and lichen add splashes of color to the otherwise grey exterior. I wander round to the back of the church where an old yew tree stands. Its gnarled branches scratch gently against faded gravestones in the breeze. The pastor strays into my moment of quiet reflection and imparts some local lore. The tree is known as the Witch of High Green Church, and there are those that believe it to have unnatural powers. While the tree lives, the witch's fingers cut from his limbs are alleged to provide healing through pain. Can we just recall the witch's sign? Hey. Okay. Let's find the right one. This. That 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's a good idea to actually remove it. Well, we're gonna do it anyway. What do we have? Blackened wood and gold. Rough. Smooth. I have nothing to remark. A complex feeling comes over me. It is both horrifying and yet compelling. Both horrifying and yet compelling. Should I just leave it? I think I should just leave it. Oh man. Anyway, but we figured it out, so that's really good. Maybe I should put those 3 items just next to each other. It was this and the candle, right? I'll put the volume up here. I'll put this one up here as well, just so we have a little bit more space, because it looks very crowded down there. Maybe this one over here. Okay, let's see who is next. Mr. Schaefer. The lake has turned black. As omens go, I'd say that's probably quite a bad one. But the mail won't deliver itself. The world needs more people like you, still doing your duty. Alright, what do you got for us? I found this note in an old writing desk up at Gleaston Castle. I expect it will mean more to you. Fear in autumn, rising in winter. It feels all too prescient as we hurtle towards winter and the terrible, unknowable fate. E.B. E.B. Eli White, Verona, Rebecca. Oh, Edmund Bishop. I think he was the one that gave us the Bishop's thingy-me-bob. Sorry, I forgot the name. Bishop's Square. Okay, fear in autumn, rising in winter. Well, we know where we have to use this neat little tool. I need to figure out. So, fear. What was the symbol for fear? Should be at the front of the book, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Fear is this one. Oh, that's over here. So fear in autumn, rising in winter. Spring, summer, autumn. And then rising in winter. I searched the room at the foot of the western tower quite thoroughly before finding a stash of papers. To my dismay, they are largely the scrawlings of madmen, but in amongst the nonsense, there is some valuable information. Oh, stormward and something with a bottle. These simple items supposedly grant a low level of protection against the elements, but this author has personally become soaked to the bone in one too many downpours to trust those claims. They are made from metal, typically bronze or iron. It's a stonewort and anus, something with... sorry, that was the wrong book again. We just need to look at the ones that are not ticked yet. No, Manus, maybe? Yeah. According to Whitlock, These are lighter than an evocant by half. Not exactly the most useful insight, well, still something. They're carried by desert nomads who use them to conjure precious water from the cool night air. Lighter than an evocant. We have an evocant. We could put this one on here. We can put the weight up here. And then whatever it is that we're looking for, like this for example. It's lighter, but not necessarily half. Could also look like... Nope. Well, this is roughly 1. So whatever it is, it needs to be roughly half. So if we leave this up there, right? Copy that. Carried by nomads. Anyhow, we don't need this right now, so let's not waste our time and let's see who's next. Oh, Eli is already back. Wow, that was quick. It's time to end this. Now. Bring the casket to the pit. Okay. Alright, then we need to do our thingy-map again. We should bring it to the pit, he said, right? The pit is number 20. The sun is low in the sky as we arrive at the pit, casting a warm light across the treetops and the open fields. A solitary raven cries out from the tree line, and I look to the skies, but they are empty. The pit itself is an ominous sight that the otherwise serene atmosphere can do nothing to diminish. It is a scorched black hole, perhaps 5 meters in diameter, that has an unnatural look to it. This is a site of thermic convergence. It is no simple thing to destroy an object of this kind. We need to set up opposing powers at opposing compass points. Strength and weakness, light and darkness. And finally, we need the light of caution to bind them. Wow, okay. So opposing points. Alright, so the light of caution. So we're building a pillar of Calaris. Strength, weakness, light, darkness. Does it matter which way, or is it... I feel that strength might be the easiest one. Because we have that straight away, which is a fortinance. Let's put this north. Let's use strength as our north star. Alright. So strength and then weakness. Weakness we also had, which was the figure, which was the wither ends. Now it starts to become slightly more complex. So light and darkness. Lightness could be a sunbond, I find, because if we look back at the description, could be. Sunbond, where were you? Here. Small light with descent and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. So I'm gonna go with this in the west, and then the darkest one. Darkness. Let's look. Let's look for darkness. Oh, sorry. Dark. Shadowhold. Sunbond. Truth conduit. Let's look at the Shadowhold first. May of any kind. Can be used to contain an acidic spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark. Pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They're decorated with an individual sign called the Shadow Catcher. Shadowhold could be. This was Grace. Sleep vessel, silent breath. If only I knew what a Shadowhold. This one could be. Let's have another look at Dark. We had Dark Article, the Truth Conduit. These items are used by tricksters, spinners to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the designation of Dark Article that some want to apply. Okay, so no, let's not use that then. And then Caution's Light. Caution. Chenna. These are used to call on the guile and wisdom of the goddess Caution. She is a goddess of the earth, creation and rebirth. It is maintained by some that these are not objects of power, but they exude an imposing aura that is hard to explain. With Caution's light, the strong will be made weak, and the dark will be made light. This I thought was not. And Caution we figured was the snake sign, right? Yeah. The somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess Caution, but the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they're occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say that they can hear Caution's unearthly hiss. Okay. With Caution's light, the strong will make weak. Nothing to remark, though. Nothing. I find that odd. You know what? Let's try it. Oh god. I don't know. I really don't know. No. I'm very close. There's just one of these items I'm not sure about. I think it's this one that I'm not sure about. Caution's light. Could I just see what the last lines from Eli again? Oh no, the last one isn't in here. Oh, what a shame. So we have to go by this. Pillar of Calaris is a powerful blast of energy that can consume the darkness. In my opinion, it's the safest to destroy. It can only produce a place of significant thermic convergence. Strength and weakness, light and darkness. Align the opposing powers at opposing compass points. With Caution's light, the strong will be made weak. Caution's light. Caution's unearthliness. They exude. So I think this is what we need to find. It is maintained by some that these are not objects of power, but they exude an imposing aura that is hard to explain. Wait, what was wisdom? Wisdom was this sign. Do we have anything that we haven't identified yet? The little one gives me goosebumps. Doesn't fit though. I think this was the symbol for Earth. And there's nothing to remark. I'm sure this must be an item where there's at least some form of reaction, right? I'm sure of it. Oh, by the way, this we should also highlight as Witch's Finger. All identified. Staring at this symbol makes my head swim. This was for hypnosis, though, which doesn't really make much sense. Nothing to remark, no. This we haven't, but there's no reaction, so I don't think it's that. I have a strong sense of being watched. No. It's all the weather symbols, but again, no. Nothing to remark. It's hot and cold as opposing things. Nothing to remark. Complex feeling comes over me. It's both horrifying yet quite compelling. Nothing to remark. Bishop square as a tool, that's what we're trying to figure out. Could it be that we're still missing something? I would genuinely expect either we find an item that has the wisdom symbol somehow on it, right? Which I can't make one out. No, we have nothing in there. The only one that we have is this, but that's a libula. And libula, if we... Nope, sorry, wrong book. If we go back... libula. Libula. Libula are purported to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that a libula is not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as the old thaumaturges knew well. The old thaumaturges knew well. So, but it's not what we're looking for. And there isn't an awful lot left that we have not successfully identified just yet. I think everything on this side, we should be okay. Maybe I should even move some things over here. So we can have items more close together. All of this is identified, yes. All of this down here as well. This hasn't. This one hasn't. We can move this one down. I just want to get a bit of order in here. This one hasn't. Check on. Good. This one we used as a key. There's definitely something unusual. I can't quite put my finger on it though. I don't think it's gonna be that one though. We used it to open something else. I don't think we're gonna use it for this. And also, I don't know why, but I don't know, for this one in particular, I would expect something to be, I don't know, a bit more grand, a bit more specific, like something that really catches your attention. I mean, most of them do in a way, but I don't know if I make much sense, but yeah. I'd just expect something just different. This we have all identified. This was the compass that we used, and I think that's it. Yeah. I think this is everything that we have. These are all the items we have not yet identified. And we're going back to Koshena. These are used to call on the guile and wisdom of the goddess. She is a goddess of the earth. Creation and rebirth. This one has the symbol of earth all over it. No. I think 2 of these items might be wrong. Oh. When I tried it earlier, it said only 1. Oh, but we're nearing the insanity meter now. So maybe I wasn't all incorrect by this one, eh? What else could it be? Maybe it's not the shadow hold. Sorry, I need to get the text again. Light and darkness. Dark, shadow hold, sunbond. Pierce the darkest gloom. Light and darkness. Back. Let's try this one again because it had those. Sorry, I was here. Bloodback. Nameless gods. This also has the snake on it, right? What if I move this one out and I'll do this? We're gonna go insane. I'm very close. There's just one of these items I'm not sure about. What was the other item that we had that had this? The green stone, this one. Holgengrim. Sorry, let me check on this one maybe. I think this is our last chance now. Holgengrim. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holger. Rituals related to death and afterlife. No. One of these items I'm not sure about, but a deep fear has taken root. I must break the hold it has over me. Let's roll. Great. Let's keep the snake and the cat. Yeah, we... Oh. Snakes and 2 moons. Shit. This is gonna be the trickiest one, isn't it? We have 1 moon. We have another moon. And we need 2 snakes. Come on. Yes. Yes. Oh, we made it. Okay. Okay. We're still in the run. We're still in the run. Oof. Continue. Alright. The sun is low in the sky as we arrive at the pit, casting a warm light across the treetops and the open fields. The solitary raven cries out from the tree line, and I look to the skies, but they are empty. Oh yeah, it's the same text from before. It's no simple thing to destroy an object of this kind. We need to set up opposing powers at opposing compass points. Strength and weakness, light and darkness. And finally, we need the light of caution to bind them. Oh, it kind of throws back all of the ones that we had. So, light, and then we had weakness, we had strength, and we had this one. Okay, we're back to green, so we're essentially starting from scratch again. Could we do this and this? No. One of these items I'm not sure about. One. It's only one of these. Let's, it gives me goosebumps. Corwin's Might, what was that again? Sorry. Nothing to F4 quant. What here? And the rituals of resurrection. There was one where it said, makes me feel uneasy, I don't like it. Two of these items might be wrong. Ah. So that's weird, because when I put this one in, it said only one is wrong. Hang on a second. Hang on. Hang on. Red clay. I said it could be an Argyle. Could be, but I wasn't sure. Vessel of the Earth. So it could also be the other way around. So this, the pot, could be an Argyle. And here's a snake on there. One of these items I'm not sure about. Damn it. I think the rest we now got. I think we have it right. But does that mean, because we had this one in the center before, and one second, which one was like it has an energy about it. No. Fills me with a sense of foreboding. Can I just try one of these items? So anything that is related to darkness, but what we need to identify is Caution's Light. Sorry, we're almost like at the pinnacle again. And quite frankly, there isn't an awful lot left. Yeah. It's literally just those ones. So. Caution's Light, it's not this. This could essentially be an Argyle. Let me actually bring this one over because we're not sure, so. Because it just says Vessel of the Earth. Used in Dradic rituals. Is in Talon? Nope. Actually, let's move this down here because I wanted to keep only the items that we haven't identified yet. So the ones with snakes are those two. We know it's not this one because we tried this in the center, we tried this in the center, and we tried this in the center. So they can't really be it. Option, what was it called? Cochena. Earth, creation, rebirth. Okay. Let's look at these symbols again. Because rebirth, we had something as well, right? So rebirth is the swirl. Creation and rebirth. There's creation somewhere. What was the other one? Earth creation. So Earth could also be this one. We kind of tried this. And creation is the only thing that we're missing, but there isn't really a symbol for creation, is there? They exude an imposing aura that is hard to explain. No, we just need this. No. No. I'm looking for the swirl. So this is one. But he has nothing to remark. Anyhow. Let's move this down here. No. That is obviously the box that we need. This is the swirl. Let's move you down here as well. Not a swirl. Nope. I'll just check it. Yeah, I mean, but we tried this one. We tried this. It's her symbolism because of the snakes. You get the swirl for rebirth. I'll try it again. No. One of these items I'm not sure about. What was the stone, by the way? Oh, sorry, that's the gemstone. The green one with the stripes. Stone of Sight. No. Two of these items might be wrong. And we're on the verge of going insane again. Now it says two of these items, where before it just said one of these. I don't understand. Gonna bank the moon. Yeah, not great. We are already getting close to death, which is wonderful. Thanks, Jupiter. Oh, he's so good. I love him. Okay, let's... Is this one? Maybe unlock this one and just see if we can get 2 stars. Oh. Let's see. Man, this gonna be a long episode, I can tell you that already. Roll. What do we need? We need snakes. Oh, and then stars can be anything, I think. So let's keep those two because we already have 2 of it. That sucks. Yeah, let's use the moon as well. Yes. Back. Okay. Come on. Let's use the 2 moons. I need snakes. No, shit. Oh, wow. Yeah. We definitely need snakes. Come on. Give us snakes. Give us snakes. Oh, no. We're dead. I think that's it. We got 1 snake. This is our last chance. We're dead. Wow. We went insane for the very first time. Oh, but you can just start again. Okay, fair enough. One snake. Yeah, we got it. Whew. Alright, so the game is not too cruel. So if you do actually end up losing, you kind of get an opportunity again. I'm gonna click through those ones. And all good things come in 3. So we're gonna make 1 more attempt. So Sunborn. I still think that strength and weakness are the ones that are... I find they are fairly straightforward and they're very clear. I do think this might be right. Just one of these items. One of these items. Yeah, I wonder if we're missing the right one. I am really... No. I'm very close. It's just one of these items I'm not sure about. I mean, let's try it. With nothing else to lose. Other than, you know, going insane yet again. I think at this point we tried almost all the different combinations, right? With the items that we have. No. And we're insane again. Wait. Oh no, it has to be 3 suns basically. Okay, I thought it's those ones again. Damn it. Got the suns. And let's roll again. Now we need 2 cats. Come on. 1. And we got it. Sweet. Hmm. Conduit. You're so lost with this task. I'm sure I'm missing something really obvious. I'm sure I am. But I just cannot put my finger on it. If I do this, by the way, will it say 2 items? Yes, it does say 2 items, so it's not the finger and not this one. Just wanted to test it. And if I'm putting this one here... Oh, I obviously can't. Let me try this again. 2 of these items. Okay, yeah, so it will give us... So this is definitely... This I can definitely keep here for a dark item. I think we've went with all of the other ones, right? The ones that we haven't identified. I genuinely think we've tried all of the combinations. What was the other one? Sorry. When we looked at Kochen, the Ossig ring. Okay, let's try it. I don't think that's going to be the solution, but let's look for whatever that was. Spirit Wand. Selenic Totem. And then, nope. Shimmer, Goldsmith, Binding Seed, Dibula, Oxford Spire. Ah, Ossig ring. No. One of these items. I think something's missing. I think there's... I need to clear out the desk. Sacrament is a baptism ceremony in which one's life is pledged to the Red Holger. It is performed by a blood priest within a stone circle. In spring, a charm of green growth. In summer, a pendant of yellow sun. In autumn, an instrument of the red night. In winter, a totem of blue fire. I think this is the only one that we haven't, I think, covered, right? And that's Bishop's Square, which is also not ticked off because I think we need this. I think the solution lies, or might actually lie in this one. I don't think we have the correct item that we need. And I think we need to solve this one first. Which means we might be in for a treat for another episode. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a pause here. I'll record and I'll try and figure this one out. And then, because I'm just sensing that we're so close to the end now, so I'll see if I can edit in a way where either I'll fit it right at the end or I'll make it into its own designated episode. For the time being, because I don't want to bore you with yet another, dice roll, I genuinely feel like we're missing one piece of the puzzle right now to finish the game. And I do think there's no point in me just blindly now continuing to try and move things around. I've done this now for long enough. So I'm gonna play around with this for a bit. And yeah, like I said, I'll edit afterwards, either as a finisher or in addition to this episode. Post-edit, this is me back again. So, after an eternity of me fumbling about, I gave up on the idea of, solving the sacrament, this baptism ceremony. I think that, kind of led me to a bit of a red herring. Anyway, I couldn't figure it out, so I went back and I read this note over and over again. And I realized that during the episode, I may have made a bit of a blunder. Because I stopped in the index under dark and looked at Shadowhold and Sunbond. But actually, if we turn just one page more, we have darkness. So I went through all the different items again, like the Brehig Charm, which obviously says this is an item that offers hope in times of worry, which has nothing to do with darkness. And I'll spare you all the individual ones, but I finished on the Tenebran Cloak, which creates a sphere of enshrouding darkness. Now, we're back here, and this is the final setup that I am feeling fairly confident with. So hopefully this is now the correct setting, which I haven't tried yet, but I'm feeling fairly confident that Tenebran Cloak might be the darkness item, and I still think that because there's no more other items, and it's only this one and this one that depicts the snakes, which is the symbolic depiction of the goddess Caution. Well, let's give it a go. Oh my god, and it is the correct one. Eli inspects my work. His face shows little emotion, but he seems satisfied. By now the sun has finished setting, and only a hint of red afterglow remains in the darkening sky. The raven croaks his mournful cry once again, but this time there is a reply, and then another. I look up and see several dark shapes circling above. Quickly now, but they're here. I spin round to follow Eli's gaze, and my pulse quickens as I look out across the field. A large group of shadowy figures is walking steadily towards us. We can't see their faces at this distance in the low light, but I'd be willing to bet that every one of them has pools of midnight for eyes. In the sky above, the ravens continue to grow in number, and their calls and cries get louder and louder. I look down at the black object in my hands. Such a small thing, and yet its seductive power is impossible to ignore. It wants to be opened. Suddenly, it feels inevitable. The casket, now! But I'm not sure I want to give it to him. Oh shit. One more decision to make. Wixic Court or Nalean Casket? I think we have both, right? Yeah, Wixic Court. Despite the name, these simple-looking items do not produce a Wixic field. They belong to the diurnal branch. They cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. Fortunately, this effect is not permanent. Wixic Court or Nalean Casket. Let's see. Whoa. No. What? I don't have it? I don't have it. No. I don't have Nalean Casket. Oh my word. Oh wait, no, wait. Wasn't that thing the Nalean Casket? Am I stupid? I think I'm having a moment. I think I'm having like what you would call a proper brain fart. I think this is the Nalean Casket, right? Oh, so it's basically whether I decide whether I want to petrify Eli for just a second so I can open it, or I'll give him the casket. I'll give him the casket. I think we want to continue with the path of we want to destroy the dark artifact. The wave of intoxicating power washes over me, but I hold strong against it. I hand over the casket, and together we begin activating the items arranged around the pit. Working as fast as we can, it still takes longer than we'd like, and when I look up again, the thaumaturge has fear in his eyes. We're too late. The mob is upon us. One of them grabs Eli and tries to wrestle the casket from his hands. I rush across to help him, but it's no use. They are all around us. The man tears the casket free, and it clatters to the floor, skittering towards the edge of the pit, before coming to rest on the precipice. A grey-haired woman stoops to pick it up, and I'm surprised to find that I recognize her. It's Verona Green, the occult scholar, so she's not dead. Oh my goodness, I'm glad. So Simone's mom is still alive and well. The mob cheers, but Verona turns towards me, and I am no longer afraid. Her eyes are ringed with darkness, but they are not black. Back from the dead. She winks at me and throws the casket into the pit. At the same moment, Eli activates the light of caution. Time stands still, and then there is a rush and a roar as a swirling vortex of blue-green light races up out of the pit. The casket is sent soaring up into the night sky, where it seems to hang for a moment, turning slowly in the air until, with a shrieking, splintering crash, it shatters into 1,000 pieces. And then there is nothing but smoke and the smell of ozone, and all is quiet. Pillar of Calaris. Destroy the casket, this is the end. And Master Thaumaturge. Complete the game without using hints. Nice. It has been a few weeks since the casket was destroyed, but I'm still riding high on the elation and relief from that night. Everything seemed to come together right when it needed to, and somehow we avoided a terrible catastrophe. Those who were under the casket's spell were released almost immediately. They remember nothing from their ordeal, but there seems to be no lingering ill effects, and Dr. Robertson says they've all made a full recovery. It is rare for Eli to express much emotion, but even he congratulated me on my strength and resolve in the face of such darkness. He too felt the allure of the casket, and was worried that it would overwhelm me. He told me, with a hint of pride, that I would make a fine thaumaturge. Ending 1. A catastrophe avoided. Eli White alive. Proud of your abilities. Alive, alive. Barton is missing, presumed dead. He went through that tall stone door and was never seen again. Alive, alive. Bonnie unfortunately went insane. Her thoughts are scattered after being sliced with the diverging hook. Audrey is dead. Murdered by her own bloodthirsty followers when the casket was not opened. Jack Hungerford went insane, and Thaddeus unfortunately deceased. I think this one is the most likely one for me that could have probably been resolved. Could have been different. Because I do feel if we would have given him the different item that I was intending to give him, but unfortunately I gave him the other, also correct item, it meant his demise was inevitable. With him, I'm not sure. Presumed dead. He went through the tall stone that was never seen again. I mean, we gave him the item again. Maybe there was a different option. But this has been a magnificent game. I really think they've built such a strong successor for Strange Horticulture. Almost makes me want to replay that game again as well. And the different options, not too many, but there were plenty throughout the game, where you can make a different decision, really mean that there's lots of replayability. I don't know how many endings there are. I probably will look this one up afterwards. I've made sure to avoid kind of any spoilers. I haven't looked at anybody else's gameplay, but I'm looking forward to see how other people did. I definitely feel that it's taken me a long time, and some of the riddles really had stumped me for quite some time. As you could see, for the most part, I've went back and forth on the books. This last one, I kind of cut this one out because I think it would have been way too boring, because I went through each and every description for every item again, and then through the entire index, and that's when I came across, oh, there isn't just dark, there's also darkness. And then I went through all the items again that were under darkness, and then I found the item that ultimately gave way. I wonder if there is still something that could be done though with the sacrament, with this other ceremony that was written out again. Maybe if you take a different route in your play, that would come up naturally. But yeah, I want to have a look. I'm really curious to see how other people fared with it. But I want to say thank you if you stuck out until the very end. Thank you for accompanying me on this wonderful, wonderful Let's Play. I had an absolute blast. By the way, if you know of any other games similar in style to this that maybe are a bit more slow-paced, but that has a good storyline, some riddles, puzzles, things that, can be solved with a modicum of, of trial and error, then let me know. I'd be interested. And if you want to see me play or any other or similar games, then, feel free to make suggestions. My backlog is ever growing anyway, so I'd love to hear from you. If there's anything that you would like to see me put on it, then I'd be more than happy to take a closer look. This has been Strange Antiquities. We're closing the chapter. I think we've got the good ending. It says ending 1, a catastrophe avoided. Casket has been destroyed and Undermere is safe again. Like I said, I will probably do a couple more run-throughs now that I've been through, but I will do them off camera. And I can only encourage you that if you like what you saw, give this game a go. It's not expensive. It came only out fairly recently, end of 2025 at some point. I think you can grab it for like a tenner or something like that. But really great game, really lovely, very, very good for just cozy moments when the weather outside is miserable and you want to be a bit of a sleuth and do a bit of puzzling and detective playing and so on. Anyhow, I stop rambling now. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching. And I wish you, as always, a wonderful rest of your day. Please look after yourself and take care. Bye-bye.